There's always a big question going into the Masters. What is the champion going to put on his champion's dinner?
Yes.
And so you and I decided that we're going to do the same. We've each crafted a Masters dinner here. Each of us have 4 appetizers, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts.
Yeah. And
How are we
and
gonna do
make
this? We're
no
gonna
make no
alternate?
mistake. Make no mistake. These dishes, these menus will piss you off. Like
For sure.
these are
Yeah.
personalized. Um, yeah, we could trade off. I think that's the best way to go about it here. I think we start with our first appetizer 1A, and then we go down. We have 4 apps, 2 entrees, and 2 desserts for our Masters dinner menu. Jack, give me your first appetizer.
My first appetizer is a bit of a no-brainer. It's my favorite food on the planet. I just want some chicken wings.
Fine, fine. What's the sauce on that? Plain chicken wings.
I think it's like a tower, and it's
Okay,
got like a bunch of little sauces in it, and you get to pick the one that you want.
okay. I'm also going to go with a homer pick for my first one here. People aren't going to like this one. Scallion pancakes are making their way onto the appetizer list at the Masters this year.
I don't like that at all. That is a crazy pick. That's a crazy
Yeah, it
homer
is.
pick. Yeah.
It's
I
big.
got some respect for that.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how
Right.
the golfers are going to feel about that. I'm trying to like give them infused fat and onion before they go
Can
out
you
and play
imagine
around.
Jack Nicklaus eating a scallion pancake at the Masters dinner? All
Yeah, I
right.
don't know if you'd love that. Moving on.
My next one that I'm going to go with is just a nice mac and cheese. I want some
Sure.
breadcrumbs. I'm a breadcrumb guy. Leave
Yeah.
the cheese crust off. I want some breadcrumb mac and cheese.
Okay. It feels like you're going American traditional here with your menu, and I don't hate that at all.
A little bit,
It's
yeah,
the,
yeah.
it's the type of guy you are, and I mean, you've had the cultural cuisines of the places around you at this point, and they haven't lived up to the chicken wing and to the mac and cheese of home. So I understand why you would be doing that. I'm going to go overseas with my next pick, though. I'm going to go a pan con tomate with jamon iberico on top. Traditional Spanish dish, lovely, light, very easy to smash a bunch of, and I just love jamon iberico personally.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that's going to be fired up. Yazabal and John Rahm are going to be fired up when they see that come across their plate. My next one that I got here is pigs in a blanket. We talked about it before the show.
Sure.
I
Yep.
absolutely love pigs in a blanket. And you know
Yep.
what? Just to dice it up, I want every pig in a blanket to have a yellow Masters flag out of it. So like
Okay.
a Masters flag toothpick. So you can just pick up the flag and pop a pig in a blanket.
Love it. Love it. What's the sauce that you're going with here? Dijon?
I think you just put the sauces out there. I'm not going to make everyone go for one. Pretty
All right.
much what I want my whole dinner to be, as you'll see, is just a bunch of guys hanging out doing guy stuff.
Just a
That
mix and
sounds
match.
like it's got
Yeah.
some gay undertones, but
No, but it's cool. It's
it
fine.
might.
I understand that. My third one here, again, going overseas, I'm going with some form of sushi roll. I was thinking just spicy tuna. I want to get a little bit more creative with that, so I didn't want to like put myself into like a pigeonhole, but every place that has like, multiple rolls with multiple fish in them has a different name for it. So I'll craft a different tuna roll or a different sushi roll at some point, but sushi will be on my appetizer menu. You can just go and pop
Okay.
those in.
All right, yeah, good pick. I'm gonna go overseas for my last one too. One of my other favorite foods on the planet, arancini. I absolutely
Sure.
love a great arancini ball. I got to give a shout out to the calamari. I don't think that would necessarily play at this table, but I think
Okay.
that arancini is like a nice curveball to throw in there.
Calamari was certainly something that I thought about, but I again went back to my roots and heritage here for my last pick. I'm going with chicken shawarma bites as my last appetizer.
Okay.
Little bit all over the map. And you know what? The deal wasn't about being consistent. It was about having a good time. This is going to be a good time meal for myself. So that's what I'm excited about. I'll start us off with entrees, though. These ones are pretty chalk, to be honest with you, and I'm not super stoked about them, which is why I'm going first. First up and foremost, just a classic filet. It feels like something that needs to be on the menu for this. Everybody kind of goes with the filet mignon when they have the option to, so I'm going to put it on the entree list.
Oh, I disagree with that. I actually would not go for the filet mignon because I'm a quantity over quality guy, and I
Okay,
want everyone. I'm going to follow you. The similar thing, staying in tune of like the golf club kind of shape. I want
sure,
everyone to have a tomahawk steak, and
fine,
I want them to be sword fighting with the bones afterward at
fantastic
the
pick,
table. I love just a
fantastic pick.
big gargantuan tomahawk.
I think that puts my pick to shame, to be honest with you. I think that's the right choice. For my second entree, though, I'm going to stick with the steak idea, but I'm going swordfish steaks here. I love me some
Oh,
seafood.
I
feel like this
almost
would be
was
almost
this
great.
close. I was this close to putting swordfish steaks on there. I thought that might get some hate, to be honest with you.
No,
So I
dude.
switched up what I have. But yeah, I think that every Masters dinner have to have like a seafood and a steak, really
Okay.
like a surf and turf meal. That's really what I think of when I think of Masters dinner. So I've done turf. I'm going to go to the surf side now. And you got to stick with me here.
Fine.
I want the boys to catch and cook their meals. I
Wow.
want to put a bunch of Alaskan king crabs on the table.
Okay.
And I want everyone to be dressed up in old-timey yellow raincoat fisherman outfits and have to wrangle their own Alaskan king crab and then boil them next to the table.
All right.
Imagine 86-year-old Gary Player trying to take down a king crab for dinner. I want the boys on the table. I want them trying to tackle these things and then ripping the legs off and throwing them in the pot.
It's perhaps the most Mainer thing I've ever heard in my life, though. But it is awesome. It would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun.
Picture like Tom Watson wearing a yellow raincoat outfit, fisherman outfit with the bucket hat.
Yeah, he looks
trying
like
to get on the
Paddington
table.
Bear. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get on the table and tackle an 8-foot crab. It's just not happening.
Yeah, if you want to eat, you're gonna go out and shoot this.
You have to really work for it, and that's what I want. That's a guys being dudes thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a great pick. I loved your entrees, to be honest with you.
Thanks, man.
Let's move on to desserts now. I'm going shock here with my first one. I've kind of been all over the place with my cultural heritage here. I'm going to bring it back to Italian. First one, affogato and a little cannoli on the side. Perfect, light, lovely dessert.
Maybe a cigarette would go for it. No, for me, I'm going shock with my desserts too. I was deciding I wanted an American thing and a bit of an international thing. I wanted cookies. I wanted to have like an ice cream sundae bar. I said, why not combine the two and make a big homemade chipwich?
Yeah, fantastic pick. I definitely thought about the chipwich. I think Scotty Scheffler did a chipwich one year.
He did, yeah.
Which is a great move on his part. A lot of respect for that. My last one, though, I'm going to go with tiramisu. Again, sticking with Italian here.
Yep, thought about it. For sure thought about it. I'm going to go similarly. I'm going to go across the pond as well. Creme brulee. I love a good creme brulee.
Lovely. Yep. Lovely. I do love a good creme brulee. Dude, we'll post those menus. Those are pretty damn spectacular. I mean,
those are great menus.
I would have a lot of fun eating those. I think everybody would have a lot of fun eating those.
It's going to be hard trying to put my king crab take on the graphic, but I'm going to figure out a way.
It's not bacon wrapped dates or whatever Rory McIlroy had going on. And I don't want to hate on his menu. It looked really good, to be honest with you. But stuff like that, like I feel like you're doing too much. You could just have a traditional scallion pancake out there, and I think people would be happy with that.
Nothing traditional about that. There's our Masters dinner.